Yo, Copywriting Day 269. This video is going to be like a weird video because I'm just going to talk about like the process of copywriting and like how you actually make money with it and everything I've learned so far in the 9 months that I've been doing it. And it's not really going to be like a video in terms of like exact boring progress, like I sent like a few outreaches or I sent a few follow-ups or whatever today. Jesus Christ, the sun is making my hair look ginger. But yeah, so I'm just going to talk about it and explain like my current thought process on it as someone who has basically made $30 in 9 months, and I know why. I'm just going to talk about it so like you can probably avoid it if whenever you start out. So yeah, I have like a little fucking Miro board. It's not a Miro board, but you know what I mean. So let me show you. So like to make money with copywriting, like this is what I understand it to be so far. So like it all comes down to basically just these four things. So it's you do your outreach, you follow up the lead over and over again, and eventually get them on a sales call. And then if you like succeed at the sales call, you have a client now, so you can just you just write copy for them, and then eventually they'll refer you over to more clients. But the thing is, if you're not like doing this shit really disciplined, like I'm just gonna move this over here a bit. So like if you're not doing like you have to do each like part of the step. Actually, not each part. Like sales calls aren't that big a deal because like it's just a one. It's not that common of an occurrence. Obviously, you can min max it and like be really good at sales, and you'll like pretty much close every single sales call. But like it's just you see the way there's like four things and it looks really simple. There's a lot to each step. So like for outreach, you have to figure out like who do you outreach to? Like who like is it YouTube creators? Is it Instagram like fucking fitness people or who like you can just pick like are you gonna do sales pages for people? Are you gonna do emails? Are you gonna do YouTube scripts? Are you gonna focus on one thing or are you gonna do all of them? And for follow-ups you have to like come up with messages. You have to you know what I mean? Just there's each component has a lot of shit to it and can affect the other point. So like if you do an outreach, obviously your initial outreach message will have an impact on what your follow-up will be because your follow-up has to be cohesive with that. And then if your outreaches and follow-ups are shit and you position yourself poorly, like I don't know if you've seen it on my YouTube channel, but the third sales call I had, my outreach was like it was technically yes, I succeeded at this and I succeeded with my follow-ups because I ended up getting them onto a sales call. But whenever I got them onto the sales call, it was just fucking shit because I hadn't positioned myself properly. So each part of these, each individual part, there's more to it than just like, oh yeah, okay, just send an outreach, follow up with them a few times, and then you're guaranteed a sales call. Obviously, it's not like that. But whenever I do like copywriting or realistically anything, I always like try to make comparisons to it between like everything that I do in life. You know what I mean? So like if for example if it's like getting good at the game, getting good at the sport, getting into shape, shit like that. And I was just gonna like make this video to kind of compare it so you can understand it because I was reading this book. I don't know if he's probably I made a video talking about it like in October or some shit, and you probably know about it if you. It depends on how long you've been trying to make money or like doing shit for, but um, I've had it for yeah that long, and I've only read about like half the book. But in that half the book, it is such a dense book. Like it's hard to read because it's just like it's not abstract, but it's just like confusing and it's hard to internalize. That's why I'm reading it slow. But basically, in the book, a concept that relates to this, like what I'm talking about in this video, is the concept of like inner and outer intention. So like what he says is like if you have the intention, like if you've the intention to have something, so like let's say it's like making money with copywriting, like what most people tend to do is they'll just focus on okay I want to make 10 grand, that's what I want, but they don't focus on like the actual what on the actual process. So like what you should have that goal as like the fucking like the north star or whatever, but you should be focusing on these all of these individual steps and and every single day these are all you have to do. And this is where like it gets confusing because like what the way I work is, or like the way I am not like just as I've been programmed or like default settings is basically I'm not that disciplined of a person. Like yeah, I can do like there'll be bursts of like discipline that I have. So like whenever I first started at copywriting, I basically did 3 months of like a lot of follow up, and even then it wasn't like fully consistent. But it was if you just look at it over like the 3 or 4 months, it was like 450 follow ups in 3 months, 450 outreach, which is a decent amount. But if you look at it week by week, it wasn't a consistent amount of outreaches going out every single week. For example, it was like 1 week would be like, I don't know, 90 outreach, 1 week would be like 60, 1 week would be like, I don't know, 40, and it was just random, you know what I mean? Which is the way I usually work. So I have two options. Like right now, I can either like train myself to become disciplined and do a set amount of outreach every day. So like with front end outreach, the way I was thinking of doing it was I could do like 50 per week. So 10, what the fuck? What happened to that? Yeah, so that's crazy. That looks like a Z. What the fuck? Yeah, so 50 per week, and what I could do with that then is like that, what is that, 200 a month? And obviously that's a lot better than what I'm doing, because like right now I'm just being inconsistent as fuck. Like I know what to do, I just get distracted. I'm just weird. Like I need to figure this shit out, because I know, like if I just looked at that, like, so 50 a week, which is pretty, like, it's hard, because what is that per day? Like I wouldn't do it 7 days a week. I'd do it like, so what the fuck? I need to get the calculator, man. Fuck this shit. 50, where the fuck is the divide symbol on this? 50 by 7. So it's like 7 a week, but I wouldn't do it like that. So let's just say 7 a day. 7 a day is realistic, because the way it works is with Claude, I can do like 4. You know the way there's like a session limit. So like you send your first message, and then 5 hours later the session limit like resets. Well, within one session, I can do 4 front end outreaches. So I can just capitalize on that every single time, and basically that's easy. Like it's fucking, I don't know, 5 hours of work per day. And going back to this, like why I have this shit here is just to compare it. So we were talking about like the intention to make money. So you have to focus on each step of this and do it consistently. But since I don't do shit consistently, I don't see results, because with getting in shape, I don't know if you've seen what I look like my body wise, but like I'm pretty decent. Like I'm not like the best, but I'm like, I don't know, top 10%, whatever. Like in terms of being in shape, and how I did, like you're able to, the weird thing that confuses me is like I was able to do that by being inconsistent. Like I'm not like the most consistent motherfucker ever. Like I don't go to the gym like 5 or 6 times a week religiously, like all the time. Like I've never done that. So it's just weird. Like I don't know if it's genetics or if it's just like, I don't know, but this stuff is weird. Like there's some stuff you can get results in by being inconsistent, and copywriting just isn't one of those things, because you constantly have to be getting your conversations going, like following up with them, making them progress further to the sales call, and then you'll eventually get a client. And you have to keep that process going in the long run to actually get like just to consistently have the same amount of income every month. But yeah, so I don't really know where I was going with this. Like, so for example, like what? Oh yeah, I was talking about intention. So like, if you have the intention to make money, you focus on the money, not the process, and you end up getting stuck. And if you like, this is where I think it's confusing, because like, how much you want something matters, which is why you need to like figure out a way to make yourself want it more. Because like, whatever, in terms of getting in shape, I just wanted that a lot more. Like I wanted it way more than I wanted to get rich. You know what I mean? Obviously, like now I want to make money now, but like whenever I was a teenager, I used to want to just get into shape a lot, which is why it ended up happening. But the thing is, like, let me just think about this. So let's just say like there's a normal person who's not in shape. Like what happens is like they kind of want to get in shape, like they're insecure about themselves or whatever, and they start doing shit to try and get into shape, but they don't see any results, or like they'll see a small amount of results. But the pain, so like, so they'll start, like, let's just say they start eating healthy and they exercise a lot. So whenever they're exercising, it's like sore, and whenever they're on the diet, they're just like, I don't know, mad, because they're just like not getting the sugar. They're just like craving sugary foods and shit like that. And the rest isn't really a hard part. Like you just have to sleep. But whenever you just look at these, so like these are the pain points of having to like get into shape. Like you're gonna have sore muscles, you're gonna be craving nice shit, and you just have to do more shit than you otherwise had. Like, you know what I mean? It takes effort. And whenever that, so basically, yeah, to summarize it, basically, all of these little steps here, like that I've listed out, it's basically just like the effort of achieving something. So if the effort of achieving something isn't like worth the pain You know what I mean? So like if the effort isn't worth like the result, you're just not going to do it. Like you're not going to do it religiously every single day. And so what ends up happening is people just like they'll do it for like a week or 2 weeks, make a bit of progress, and like that's the thing too, because like doing getting into shape, you'll see progress. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm just trying to understand this myself by explaining this. But like getting into shape, you see progress. So like maybe I don't know, in the first week, if you're trying to lose weight, maybe I don't know, you'll lose like 10 pounds or some shit. It depends on how fat you are or whatever. But like, and then the second week, you'll lose like 5 pounds. But the thing is, like, with copywriting, it's not the same sort of progress because, like, maybe it is. Like, I'm just trying to think. So, like, all right, let's say for 1 week, you send 50 front end outreaches, and out of that, you'll probably get like 2 to 3 positive responses. So it is progress. It's just a different kind of progress, and it's just like you're not even guaranteed 3 positive responses. Like right now, I'm like if I did 50 front end outreaches, I wouldn't be guaranteed. Why am I writing that out the whole way? But yeah, so like I'm just trying to understand this myself. If you find this useful, you can keep watching. But I'm just like thinking out loud, basically. But so like okay, so the thing that you see is equivalent. So like the 10 pounds that they lose is basically equivalent to 3 positive responses. So like whenever they see that in the mirror, like they're obviously not where I want to be, but it's still some sort of progress. But whenever I see 3 positive responses, it's not like it tells me that yeah, whatever I'm doing works, but it's not the thing that I actually want, which is the equivalent to this scenario here as well, which basically means that you need to have the ability to see like okay, you're getting somewhere, like you're getting a positive result from an action you're taking. So if you continue to do that, you'll get more of the same positive outputs, which will eventually lead to your goal. Fuck me, this is fucking confusion, man. It's not actually that confusing. It makes sense whenever I talk about it like this, but whenever you're like deep in the moment, like actually sending outreach and shit like that, you just can't see it like this. I just need to fucking like it's just a discipline problem, and I already know what it is. Like it's just like I know that if I did a set amount of outreaches every single week religiously, I would have a client and multiple clients by now. But for some reason, I just let myself get distracted, and I think that comes down to like just how badly I want it. Like I don't. I need to remind myself. You know what I mean? I need to have a bigger reason that like basically make the like annoying these annoying parts here worth. You know what I mean? Like the pain of it doing it has to be worth it for me to continuously do it. So, hmm, I don't know. This is fucking funny. I don't know. Oh shit, the sun might have been in my face that whole time. But yeah. Let me think. How long's this video been going? 13 minutes. Um, and I know like I hate looking at people who like just go onto Miro and just like you know what I mean think about shit like have loads of nice diagrams, loads of little explanations for shit, and it doesn't get you anywhere further. But like I already knew this before I started making this video, and the thing is I just need to figure out how the fuck I actually get into. I just need a routine. Like I need hmm like if I list out all my distractions, what are they? Like I have a Miro board up here with my distractions, but like it's just like let me think. Oh shit, it's in red writing, but fuck it. Friends, family. Like I'm just talking about like talking to them, like or just so like I have one friend who like gets me distracted with business models and shit. But to be fair, like it's a potential to make money, so that's kind of why I let that happen. My family distract me because I just talk to them a bit sometimes. Um, actually a good bit to be fair. I probably spend like an hour or two a day, maybe sometimes more, talking to them, which like obviously is a waste of time technically. But what else? My phone, like my if I look at my phone screen time right now, let me see. Like last week, the daily average. The daily average was 4 hours, and that's just on fucking Snapchat and shit like that, which is not 4 hours only on Snapchat, but like I'd say like an hour or two of that is on Snapchat, which is like fuck. I need to basically get my phone screen time down and keep it down. And what else? How do I even figure it out? Like I this week I just been in the sun the whole time because like it's rare you get good weather in Ireland, but it's just like random shit. You know what I mean? It's just random small things that I get distracted by, and I basically just need to cut those out. Like it seems simple whenever I talk about it. It's harder to do in like real time, but yeah, that's basically it. Like I know I always make videos saying like, is this shit gonna work? But like you basically just get to a point where you're doing a specific action that you just know will work, and you just have to keep doing that over and over again. And I think I'm at that stage. I just need to fucking actually quit being a bitch about it and just like fucking do it every single day. Because if you compare it, like you can people work a normal job for 8 hours a day. Like if you just put in like a 9 to 5 amount of hours like into copywriting, so like you could easily do 10 front end outreaches every single day, which adds up to the 50 per week, and 50 front end outreaches you'll get a good few positive responses, and those can lead to sales calls, and you'll get clients. So I'm kind of just talking to myself whenever I'm making this video, but if any of you are in the same process right now and you are just like overthinking it, obviously there's more details. Like for each step, you have to figure out what you're doing, get direction. Like there's a lot of uncertainty in the process of doing this, but once you figure out what to do, you'll just it's just a matter of doing it over and over again. So that's the stage I'm at now. I just need to keep doing it. And yeah. So like obviously if you have any questions about like this shit, like outreach, follow-ups, like shit to like if the follow-ups isn't that big a deal. The main like thing that you are probably like quite like start like struggling with right now is probably just outreach. Like what do you write for people? Who do you outreach to? Like shit like that. And yeah, so if you have any questions about that, ask me in the comments and shit. But yeah, I was just making this video just to think about the whole process, and that's basically it. So fuck me, my hair looks ginger, man. But yeah, that's it. I'll make another video tomorrow, but I just need to get more consistent with it, and I know it'll eventually work. So yeah, see you.